Okay, got the instructions, got the tools, and the table, and the bin for the parts, and another table for parts. I'm a trusty dog. My ladder was too high. I used a step stool. And so far, I've already run the VC9 through it, and I started using some simple green, but the EGR is blowing so much exhaust in there, I'm going to quit doing that and do it afterwards. And my cooler's not here yet. It's supposed to be here today, but I may go ahead and start pulling things out. The battery, the cleaner, start getting down to the turbo anyway, and go ahead and get started. It'll be fun. Okay, it's 2 in the afternoon, started about 2, got the battery out. I'm going to take this battery casing out. I got the air filter out. That was a pain in the butt because the filter fits in there really tight. There's the air filter intake, just pull it out from here, take it out, and the connection just fits right over here, and you got to watch the wires on it. Also had to pull off this the air cleaner metering thing. It pulls right out, and got it out of the way. So then I'm going to take off this intercooler hose right here, a clamp here, and a clamp down there. Okay, battery covers out, battery box is out, I guess, and the Degas bottle is out. It wasn't 10 millimeter, they're 8 millimeter. So, and so now we gotta go and see what's next. Alright, 15 minutes in, I got the left-hand battery out and the turbo intake line, which went from right there by the radiator and ran up to the turbo. So I also popped this thing that runs along the top of the, I don't know, the cowling, I guess, of the hood. It had those little pieces in it that I had to pop out with a screwdriver. Nobody ever said how to get those out before. So I have to see how to put them back in. Alright, it's 3:30. I've gone ahead, although nobody said do this, I'm going to pull the shroud and pull the fan blade so I can get in there. I might even pull the radiator. I've got to get back into the pulley that's way down in the middle down there with a 1/2-inch bar to drive socket to loosen the belt so I can get the alternator off. So right now I'm working on that. I'm taking the bolts. You got to take all the pieces off the top, and then there's bolts down in there holding this shroud on. You got to take the shroud off so you can slide it towards the fan belt to get the fan belt off. So the fan off. So that's what I'm doing. 10 after 4. I finally got the belt off. That took me a little while. I couldn't get the shroud off. I can't get the bolt. I can't get the fan nut to turn. I don't have the right tool. So now I took the filter out, and I'm trying to figure out how to do all of these wires and the fuel filter and everything else. So this is, I'm going to start thinking about this now. I've also sprayed back underneath there. I sprayed the bolts that hold the turbo on with some penetrating oil to see what that does. And I'm wondering if I'm not in over my damn head, that's for sure. Alright, there's the oil housing, the oil filter housing. It's 4 bolts in it. They're Torx bolts. And the problem's not getting that out. The problem is getting the wiring. I've labeled the wires with masking tape and tried to write where they go, but Lord knows if I'll get it right. And then where the filter goes, you can see the thing the filter rides on stays in place. It doesn't go anywhere. So how are you supposed to now get to the turbo? Say, oh, they say easy now, just get to your turbo. Oh, really? Oh, really? And of course, nobody anywhere said anything about taking that intake air fitting off, so I didn't take that off. So, oh boy. It's getting late, getting tired, may quit for the day. I'll come back tomorrow. They haven't even got to the turbo yet. Day 2. Still working on the blower. Had to go borrow some snap-ons to get the bolts out, so I couldn't strip them. And now, here's the bore, and that other bolt it's back behind here. And somebody told me I got a snap-on socket on it, but I could be damned if I know how to get it. This is the main, this is the exhaust going here, and it's the clamps off, and here's that little that little clamp they talk about over it. I guess I'm gonna have to pick the blower up and tilt it to get underneath that, so I can't break that flange till I do that. And I do have it out on this side. Get a little light on the subject. I do have the flange out on this side. I don't know if you can see it, probably not. I have the flange off, and I've broken that connection. That's the Y pipe they talk about. There's the heat shield. I've seen somebody say cut that off, but I don't see any point in doing that unless I can get that. I've sprayed the bolts on the bottom of that coming off the exhaust manifolds if I have to take that off, so I can, maybe if I can drop that to get to that bolt back there. But god damn, this is stupid.